Hi, my name is Ethan, and I'm doing some basic division and basic fractions today. So for the fractions, I'm going to do basic addition, basic subtraction, basic multiplication, and basic division. So I hope this will give you some education. Okay, let's get started now. For division, we have 9 divided by 3. How do you find it? You can remember in multiplication, you always know that you can use multiplication to find a division problem. Now you would to know that. So, how would you find it by using multiplication for 9 divided by 3? So, you're gonna do 3 times blank equals 9. So, that the blank equals the answer to the division problem. So, how do you find 3 times blank equals 9? You can do 3 plus 3 plus 3. So, how many times did you add the 3? You added it 3 times. So, you have to do 3 times 3 equals 9. So, the answer to 9 divided by 3 is 3. So now we can move on to fractions. So let's do basic addition now. So let's do 1/2 plus 3/4. The top number, which I said was 1, is the numerator, and the bottom number is the denominator. So the 2 is the denominator. So for 3/4, we're going to have to do the numerator is 3, the denominator is 4. The bottom number is the denominator, and the top number is the numerator. So let me write down 1/2 plus 3/4. So we have 1/2 plus 3/4. See it? So when you have 1/2 plus 3/4, you can't have 1 plus 3 equals 4 plus the 2 plus 4 is 6. The answer will turn out wrong. So this is what you have to do. You have to make the denominator the same. So how do you make the denominator the same? What can fit into 2 and 4? What number do you times to fit into 2 and 4? So we're going to make it into 4. What number do you times? 2 times blank equals 4. What number will you have to times? 2, because you added 2 plus 2 equals 4. So 2 times 2 equals 4. So now we're going to have to make the denominator right. So we're going to have to do, for 1/2, we're going to change it. For the numerator, we're going to make 1 times 2. And then for the denominator, we're going to make it 2 times 2. But then for 3/4, we can keep it the same because we wanted to make it to 4. Or you can just make it to, for 3, for the numerator, you make times 1. And then for the denominator, which is 4, you put in times 1. Which is, this is how it will look like. Which, it will be like that. So, equals, what does it equal? What's 1 times 2? 2. So, 2. And then what's 2 times 2? 4. So, plus, what's 3 times 1? 3. What's 4 times 1? 4. So you leave that the same. See, I made it 1 times 3, 1 times 2, 2 times 2, and 4 times 1. I made it right. So, turns out 2/4 plus 3/4 is the end. So, if you add the numerator, which will be 2 plus 3 is 5. But you don't add the denominator. 4 plus 4, it will turn out wrong. It won't be 5/8. So it will turn out wrong if you do that. So you'd have to just leave it 4. Don't add anything. Just pretend it was 2/4 plus 3/0. Just pretend that. So the answer turns out 5/4. Okay? So every time you do fractions, you cannot just put 5/4. You have to put the line. Remember, the numerator is the top, the denominator is the bottom. So now let's move on to basic subtraction. For subtraction, we will do 1/2 minus 3/4. So we're gonna have to do it the way we have to do it. So this is what we have to do. It's the same as addition. You have to make the denominator the same, which here's 1/2. Down here, 1/2 minus 3/4. So now you can make it as addition. You have to do it as addition. Make the denominator the same. So it's the same thing. 2 and 4. We have to do 2 times 2 equals 4. So times 2 times 2 for the 2 times 2, and then times 1 times 1. That's what it will look like. 2 times 2. There you go. That's what it will look like. And equals 1 times 2 equals 2. And then 2 times 2 is 2 plus 2. What's 2 plus 2? Everyone should know it. 4. So minus 3 times 1 is 3. And then 4 times 1 is 4. So this is what it will look like. And now we're gonna have to subtract 2/4 minus 3/4. I know you can't do 2 minus 3, but you're gonna have to be new for this. You're gonna make it, instead of making it a positive number, it will become negative. So 2/4 minus 3/4 is 2 minus 3 will become -1. So -1/4 is the answer. See, I put the negative sign in front of 1/4. The negative sign is like a minus sign. So that's how you do that subtraction problem. Now we're going to move on to multiplication. So for multiplication, we are going to do, we will do 5/8 times 6/7. So we are gonna do, it's not like addition anymore. We're just gonna do multiplication. So we're gonna have the numerator times the numerator, the denominator times the denominator. So 5 times 6 equals 30. And then 8 times 7 would equal 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 56. So 30/56 is the answer to that problem. So now division, which is the hardest one. yet we had come up to. So for division, we have 6/7 divided by 3/5 equals, you don't know what it equals now, but this is new. You wouldn't know how to do it. But instead of dividing, you're not going to divide. It will equal 6/7. The 6/7 stays the same, except the divide sign turns different to times, multiply. And then it will become 3/5 will go opposite. The denominator will become the numerator. The numerator will become the denominator. So it will become 5/3. So now 6 times 5 is 30, right? So you do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which equals 30. And then 7 times 3 is 7 plus 7 plus 7, which is 21. Which, that's right here is the final answer. And now, bye. I hope this will give you some education of learning math. And I just wanted to make sure you know a little bit more about math. And then you always can do some good test scores all the time of learning new basic fractions and basic division. See you later, people. Bye.